ちは。元気ですか？私は Felix Guardian です。You guys know I'm not the type of YouTuber to update you on literally everything that happens in my life. There are lots of things that have happened in my life that I don't feel the need to tell you, like the time my dad totaled his car and was in the hospital for a week because one of the vertebrae in his spine, the one closest to his head, was fractured. Or the time my sister got rear-ended in traffic for some odd reason. I don't understand what happened there. Anyway, the important thing is that obviously I've known this for a while, but my younger sister's getting married. She's getting married as of right now. This is July, right? She's getting married at the end of next month. Now, that in and of itself is not the important thing. Obviously, her wedding isn't going to affect like the day-to-day, what's the word I'm looking for? You know how some people might be like, my younger sister is getting married and we'll be able to stream that day or record videos that day. Obviously, I spend most of my time not recording videos anyway. That's not what's important here. My younger sister's getting married and she will be moving out of the apartment. And my younger sister and I have been sharing a room since she was born because I'm 2 years older than her, and obviously ever since my younger sister was born I had to be sharing a room with her, right? In every place that we've lived I've had to share a room with my younger sister. As of right now, we do have a double-decker / bunk bed. I don't know which one you call it in your country. I sleep at the top, my younger sister sleeps at the bottom, and 80% of the available space that isn't taken up by the bed is her clothes. I kid you not. The other 2 walls of our room right now is taken up by just her clothes, boxes and bags of clothes. She has so many clothes. I haven't really talked about my younger sister too much, like personality, what she does for work, stuff like that. I don't feel the need to tell you. I mean, it's not in the sense of I want to protect her privacy or anything. I just don't feel like telling you guys about my family. Anyway, the big thing is that I'm hoping that when most of her stuff, if not all of her stuff, is moved out of the room, that I can move my computer into the bedroom. This is a huge deal because a lot of my time away from the computer is spent because of noise issues. In right now where the computer is, it is in the hallway, like maybe 10 feet, probably 9 feet away from the TV. And when my dad comes home, he sits and he listens. I swear, my dad and my younger sister are both like deaf, and they need to raise the volume up to extreme levels to have, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? To hear what's going on. And then on top of that too, I have sensitive ears. So staying on the computer when my dad comes home is what's the word I'm looking for here? It's a no-brainer for me to just get up and go to the bedroom. My younger sister has a TV in the bedroom, and it is right up against the wall, and she listens to it on a high level, and I don't know if you guys can imagine it in your head. It is already an apartment, number one, right? This room has AC, which means it only has one window. Everything else is sealed like hell. 3, the TV is against the wall. It's not a wall TV. We can't drill holes into the wall, but it's pushed up against the wall. It's on a table, but it's pushed up against the wall to make room for things in front of the TV. And number 4, she listens to it in a very loud volume. I'm up there usually. I can be sitting outside on the computer and the bedroom door is closed and I can still hear the TV going. So sometimes my dad comes home and he's watching TV, and then I go into the bedroom to get away from the noise, and my younger sister decides to start watching TV. Anyway, that also isn't really part of the issue. I can deal with that. The other thing is that when my younger sister comes home, she likes to close the bedroom door, and I like to have the bedroom door open because I'm home alone most of the time, and my fan and her fan is usually like on 24/7. Other than if I don't have that bedroom door open, it is so quiet. Again, sensitive ears, and I need to have that door open so that I can hear the fan. It is always cumbersome to take the fan out of the bedroom and carry it into the living room. And on top of that too, I don't tend to use my computer during the night because there are at least 3 separate reasons why I try not to use a computer at night. Number 1, and I suppose was the biggest problem, mosquitoes. They, unfortunately, with the way that things are set up, there's a lot of dark areas by the computer, like under the desk. And on top of that too, there's the fridge is sitting very close by, so it also casts a shadow on top of my computer. So all of that makes the place darker than it needs to be. That is with the kitchen light on, right? The second reason is that if I stay awake and my dad decides to come outside to use a toilet or whatever, and he sees me awake, he's going to say, "Oh, make me something to eat." And then you know what he's gonna do after that? He's gonna turn on TV. And number 3 is if it's nighttime, my younger sister is usually home, and you know what that means. The door is closed, so I can't hear the noise from the fan. So all of that to say this, if I can move my computer into the bedroom, a lot of my problems will be resolved fairly quickly. Like the noise, for example. If I have the computer in the bedroom, I don't have to stop using the computer when my dad comes home, other than to make him food and then go back to the computer. I can close the door, right? And it blocks out like 90% of the sound. If he's playing the TV particularly loudly, I should be able to hear it, but it would not be the same as it blasting in my ears from 9 feet away. The other thing is that sometimes I don't sleep, and so with the computer so close by, I would not have to get up and go into the living room again with all of the other issues, right? If I get up and decide to go on the computer, obviously I won't be putting on a bunch of lights. Maybe I would, but I would be stuffing things like under the door to make sure the light doesn't leak into the hallway, just in case my dad wakes up and he says, "Oh, she's awake." Anyway, I believe my workflow would get a lot better if my computer was in the bedroom with no other nonsense like the clothes and stuff around. Now you might be wondering, okay, we'll just use headphones. I can't. My computer has had an audio issue for about maybe 6 months now. Probably 7 months, I think, at this point. It went to the technician, and when it came back, it did not recognize, and I listened to my words very carefully because I tried Googling it and Google had no answers for me. My computer does not recognize that it has the hardware to plug in a mic and a headphone. The hardware itself, it's the motherboard usually comes with a place to plug in a mic and headphones. The computer no longer recognizes that it has that, even though it still exists. I tried Googling it. Google said, oh, try a different pair of headphones, try a different microphone. It's not asking me, it's like, it's not taking into account that the computer doesn't even recognize that it has hardware to plug into it. It doesn't matter if I switch headphones. It doesn't recognize that anything is plugged in to begin with. It's been this way, like I said, for a very long time, to the point where my headphones are just sitting there on top of my other computer. I tried using my other computer to just simply listen to music, and you know what happened? It bugged out and stopped working. I don't know what happened. I decided, because I only have one monitor and I have two computers, right? The old one takes roughly 15 minutes, I timed it, 15 minutes to start up. And I'm not joking, right? So I decided that, hey, if it's not going to, I'm not going to be like taking it off and putting it on constantly, right? Because I have the new computer. If I plug in the headphones on the old computer, right? Again, without the monitor, and just have it running my playlist of like all of the songs that I have on my hard drive. I could just leave it on and come back to it the next morning, right? When I came back to it the next morning, I didn't even get a full 24 hours worth out of this thing. I put on the headphones and immediately am met with a static noise. So I switch over the monitor to see what's going on, and the screen looks like this. I don't know what is going on with that computer, but when I decided to restart it, it didn't want to start. So that idea went straight out the window. I can't use that computer right now. I've left it for maybe like 3 months after that stupid thing that has happened. Anyway, I'll let you know what happens. Hopefully, I will get the opportunity to move the computer into the bedroom. I need to have that thing with me, like physically close to me, because like I say, sometimes I can't sleep, and I can just sometimes like in like really early in the morning I hate to get up and be like, I feel the need to start working on a Vroid model or something like that, and then I can't do it because the computer's out in the hallway. So anyway, that was the important update. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night. Janet.